Hey guys, welcome back for video number 5. Well, actually, it's supposed to be video number 6. I filmed number 5, but I haven't posted it because to me it's just not interesting enough to post. It's about just like surgeries and how it was growing up, having to go through them, and all this and that. But if you guys actually want me to post the video, I will. I will just have to edit and rotate it because, yes, I made that mistake again. But I will post it if you guys are interested. So I will consider this number 5. The other one will be 5 or I don't know. It says number 5 in the video, but this is actually episode number 5 because I'm going to post it as number 5. But anyway, let's get on to what I'm going to talk about today. I had some comments that people liked video number 4 about how I was treated in school. But I only talked about elementary school if I'm not mistaken. So now I'm going to have a bit of fun and talk about high school. Now, in high school it wasn't that bad. Well, it was at first, but I grew a harder shell and I got used to it and it got better. But the first grade 7 I was in school called Thornhill Academy, and it's a school that requires uniform. Now, I had nothing against that. I actually liked uniform because it didn't really cause so much trouble in the morning to figure out what you were going to wear because you knew exactly what you had to wear. So it really didn't cause that much trouble. But that wasn't the problem. Now, since we had to get this uniform from a special company because it had to have our logo and all this and that, I had to get mine altered and shortened and a bunch of that stuff. So mine was actually late. Now, I called the school and told the school, look, this is the problem. It's not my fault. It's out of my control. I can't do anything about it. They said, okay, come to school anyway. Until your uniform comes in, just come in regular clothes. Or like similar black and white, white shirt, black pants. To actually somewhat match the uniform. I was fine with that. So the first day I went in as normal. And I was, of course, already stuck out. But without being in uniform, you stick out even more. So I got pulled aside by, I forget who it was, but they brought me to the principal's office and made me talk to the principal. And I'm like, look, I've already talked to you about this problem. And then she's like, oh, well, it has changed, so you have to go home until your uniform comes in. So I was sent home for 3 weeks because it took them a while to actually fit my uniform so I can wear it properly and so it would fit me comfortably. So I was sent home for 3 weeks and that was fine. I didn't care. It was an extra vacation for me. But then when I actually started, some people knew each other already, so I'm already someone different, so it was kind of weird starting in. And sure, I was bullied at first. I remember hearing one person in specific let go, oh, so and so, you're not the shortest one anymore. Look at that kid, he's so freaking short. And I was just like, oh, yay, it starts. Now I'm just walking to the locker room and this happens, and I was like, okay, whatever. Like, just another day. What can you do? Ignorance, right? Kids being kids. So I ignored it. I didn't really care. Whatever. After a while, the other students got used to me. Wasn't much of a problem. So it was great. And then, but I did have this one guy. He insulted me. He apparently wasn't intentional. It wasn't what he wanted. It wasn't directly towards me, and it wasn't what he. I don't know. He said it wasn't intentional. So, but I went to the office because I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop this one, so then maybe it won't happen anymore. So the guy apologized to me. He's like, I'm so sorry. He was in a grade higher than me. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to help you out. I'm like, okay, well, what are you going to do? And he would bring me from the line at the cafeteria, get my food and everything, carry my tray back to my table where I was eating, and just treat me really well. And he looks at me. He's like, if anyone bothers you, tell me and I'll take care of them. He was actually really apologetic for what he did, and to this day I don't think he really meant it, but I didn't really want to deal with that stuff, so I just kind of ended it there. But yeah, that was basically it for that. And this school had a junior and senior campus. Junior was grade 7 and 8, senior was 9, 10, 11. So I only made it to grade 9, and I will go into further detail about why that happened. But I made it to grade 9. Grade 9 is when I had my first back surgery, which I told in the previous video that I have yet to post because I don't know if I want to yet or not. But you guys will tell me if I should. And they basically kicked me out in grade 9 because I missed too much school. One of the reasons I missed school was because of my surgeries. Well, my surgery. It put me out of school for a good period of time. And I couldn't really do anything about that, but they thought it was either I fail or I switch schools. So I chose the better method in my idea and I switched schools. Now I've been to 3 high schools during while I've been in high school. I've been to 3. So I've had my fair share of experiences. So I left that school and I went to a school called Mileland where I met a lot of my close friends who I still talk to this day, even though I moved 10 hours away. Now this school was awesome. It was an alternative school. There was like not that many students. There was maybe 50 of us within like 3 grades. Wait, 2 grades, 10 and 11. Yeah, there was about 50 of us. I think I'm even overestimating there, but there wasn't that many of us. And I think it was like 40 or 50 actually. And this is where I met most of my friends that I still have. And it was awesome. I loved that school. It was my favorite school to this day. But we did have this one student that came in the second year I was there. I think it was this, yeah, it was this. I think it was second year I was there. Either first or second year. But he was new, and he was tall, and he rapped. He thought the best idea to make himself look good was to insult the short kid. And now going to an alternative school, this isn't really appreciated because we're basically family. And when he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna rap about him," they're like, "Don't insult his size. Like that's just stupid." And that's exactly what he did, and he was not liked for it. So yes, I did have good friends there, but you still do have a couple of idiots, and he maybe had like one friend if he was lucky. But that's because he was ignorant and he was just a total douche. I still don't like him to this day, and something else happened later on that year. And if you're watching this video, you know exactly who you are. But something happened to him, and I don't know. I'm not gonna really have to say how I feel about it. But I don't know. I guess if you kick the bee's nest, you get stung, right? So he got stung. But then I went from that school and I moved 10 or 12 hours away to where I live now, and I went back to public schools. Now this school was both French and English. They had 2 sections. They had the English side and the French side, which was great. I didn't mind that. But I was new, small town, well, small bunch of towns. Everyone already knew each other. It was like January when I joined. So, of course, I was picked out of the group again, and it's like, oh, who's the new kid? And oh, new kid's different. Whatever. Didn't really bother me. I ended up blending in pretty quickly. Wasn't, besides a few outstanding people that were just total jerks, it wasn't that bad. But still had my few problems. But that's high school. That's what you do. Now, for anyone that's getting bullied, really just grow. For best way I can put it is grow thick shell. Don't let people bug you. And in later videos, I will go into more ideas of what it's done to me, where I've been, things I've thought, and everything. Like, this is me being me. This is me telling my story. I won't try and hold anything back. If I'm asked something, I will tell it. I don't want to hold anything back. I want to tell my story. I don't want to only tell my story, but I want to tell the story of people being different. Like I said, not only for being short, but any reason for why they're different. So, I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to just talk about my story, and it seems like people like it. It seems like I'm getting good feedback on it. So, I hope you guys like it, and I might go into more detail about high school and elementary school, or I might just tell, like, bits and pieces of it. as we go on. But sorry this video is late. I know a lot of you have been asking me to post new videos, and this one is extremely late, which I apologize for. But it's gonna be up with by tomorrow. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. I have my next topic coming up, which I hope you guys enjoy. This one might have been a bit boring. And like I said, if you want me to post a video about my surgeries, let me know. I will post it. I hope you guys continue to watch my videos. I hope you guys enjoy them. So please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.